Malicious Japan has pulled another petty stunt. I've seen many media outlets and influencers report on Japanese Prime Minister Takaichi Sanae's latest statement that Taiwan is an inalienable part of the People's Republic of China, and that Japan understands and respects this, and its position has not changed in the slightest. My first thought was, if true, Takaichi has finally softened. She has finally taken a small step in the right direction, albeit hesitantly. For the rapidly deteriorating China-Japan relations, this would undoubtedly be good news. But wait, is it really that simple? Soon, a seasoned diplomat told me, false, don't believe it. Takaichi absolutely did not say Taiwan is an inalienable part of the People's Republic of China, and the Japanese government fully understands and respects China's position. She did indeed say that the Japanese government's basic position on the Taiwan issue is consistent with the 1972 Japan-China Joint Communique, and this position has not changed at all. Please note the difference. That sentence we care most about, Takaichi Sanae never uttered. The point she repeatedly emphasized was merely that Japan's position has not changed. But what exactly is Japan's position? This is also what the Chinese Foreign Ministry has been asking recently. Japan, can you make it clear? Japan refuses to make it clear, evading the issue and talking about other things. But why during dissemination did falsehood be replaced truth? From what I've seen, it's a case of misinformation spreading. The situation at the time was roughly this. During the House of Councilors session on December 3rd, Komeito Party member Takeuchi Shinji questioned Takaichi Sanae. Currently, due to the impact of the Prime Minister's statements regarding a Taiwan contingency, the Chinese government is calling for its citizens to restrain themselves from traveling to Japan, affecting a wide range of sectors including tourism. Our country must respond with a calm and consistent stance to prevent further escalation. He also said that regarding Taiwan's status, the Japan-China Joint Communique states that Taiwan is an inalienable part of the People's Republic of China, and Japan fully understands and respects China's position. He pressed Takaichi regarding the Taiwan issue. Can it be understood that the Japanese government's position is exactly as stated in the Japan-China Joint Communique and has not changed at all? Takaichi replied, our government's basic position on the Taiwan issue is consistent with the 1972 Japan-China Joint Communique, and this position has not changed at all. In the 1972 Japan-China Joint Communique issued when Japan normalized diplomatic relations with China, the Chinese government stated that Taiwan is an inalienable part of China, and the Japanese government stated that it fully understands and respects this stand of the government of China. Do you all see now? Taiwan is an inalienable part of the People's Republic of China, and Japan fully understands and respects China's position. This is the phrase in the Japanese lawmakers' question, and it's also the wording from the 1970 to Japan-China Joint Communique. But Takaichi pointedly did not say this sentence. She only vaguely stated that Japan's position has not changed. During dissemination, possibly due to misunderstanding or perhaps intentionally, Japanese media extrapolated from her words, adding the lawmaker's phrasing to her answer, making it seem at first glance as if Takaichi had made a positive statement. But that is completely wrong. This reminds me of a previous detail. In a previous party leader debate in Japan, Takaichi claimed that last time she answered honestly within that scope because specific cases were asked about. Now, regarding the determination of a survival-threatening crisis situation, she stated, we will make judgments based on individual specific circumstances and all available information. Specifically on Taiwan's legal status, Takaichi also asserted that Japan has no position to make a determination, and that Japan-Taiwan relations are maintained as non-governmental practical relations. She claimed, based on the Treaty of San Francisco, Japan has renounced all rights and claims regarding Taiwan, An opposition leader in Japan immediately interpreted this as Takaichi no longer mentioning it, essentially retracting her previous parliamentary answer. The whole world watched in disbelief. This coordinated act, even if it involves retracting erroneous remarks, do you really think the Chinese people are too foolish and naive? We saw that Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson note, the provided name Guo Jiakun seems to be a fictional or erroneous reference. Standard practice is to use the actual spokesperson's name, for example, Wang Wenbin or Mao Ning. The translation will keep the pinyin as given, but in a real context, verification is needed. Guo Jiakun immediately refuted this, no longer mentioning and retracting erroneous remarks are two completely different things with entirely different natures. Japan's attempt to downplay, evade, and cover up Prime Minister Takaichi's serious erroneous remarks by no longer mentioning them is like the proverbial ostrich burying its head in the sand, a futile monologue that China absolutely will not accept. Moreover, Takaichi deliberately omitted mentioning the Cairo Declaration and a series of documents with full international legal effect, while uniquely highlighting the illegal and invalid Treaty of San Francisco, which is highly suspicious. In the Foreign Ministry's words, 1. To this day, she shows no remorse. 2. She continues to damage the political foundation of China-Japan relations established by the spirit of the 4 political documents between China and Japan. 3. She disregards the authority of the United Nations. 4. She openly challenges the post-war international order and the basic norms of international law. 5. She even attempts to hype the so-called undetermined status of Taiwan. Finally, described in 4 words, it is compounding errors. Now, here comes another masterstroke. She actually didn't say something but made the outside world think she did. It's truly an eye-opener. Finally, what's the perspective? Just my humble 3-point take. First, Takaichi is cunning and sly. She knows she's in the wrong, knows she made a mistake. But to actively retract her erroneous statement goes against her grain. So she adopted a kind of indirect strategy, either by performing a duet with the opposition party and then unilaterally declaring the related remarks retracted, or by leveraging Japanese media's interpretation, adding words she didn't say to her statements, making her attitude seem proactive. We need not deny that some Japanese are very anxious, fearing further deterioration in China-Japan relations. So they act as mediators, even beautifying Takaichi's remarks, trying to quell China's anger. But this is a matter of major principle. Japan hinted at military intervention in the Taiwan Strait, seriously violating China's bottom line and red lines. How could China easily back down? Your good intentions ultimately enable Takaichi's petty tricks. How misguided. Second, we must still be cautious. As the seasoned diplomat reminded, regarding statements involving major diplomatic stances like this, we must be careful. Pay attention to the original text, avoid spreading misinformation, and not be led by the nose. That's indeed correct. Looking at the original text, Takaichi never made that key statement. She's still evading the core issue. If we mistakenly report that she said it, wouldn't that be playing right into her hands? Diplomatic language can be profound. A single word's difference can lead to a mistake of 1,000 miles. We truly cannot think too highly of certain individuals. Third, China will not let this go easily. I have seen some friends think perhaps we should also calm our anger, give Takaichi a way out, as continuing this confrontation is not good for either China or Japan. Struggle adheres to 6 characters: reasonable, advantageous, and measured. I especially agree with Mr. Luzon's words. Abuse and intimidation are by no means struggle. We must remain calm and clear-headed, dare to struggle, and be adept at struggle. But on this issue, we truly cannot let it go easily. Simply put, Takaichi went too far this time. saying things a Japanese prime minister has never dared to say, seriously infringing upon China's bottom line and red lines, and violating Japan's political commitments to China. As Wang Yi said, China must resolutely counterattack. This is not only to safeguard China's sovereignty and territorial integrity but also to defend the post-war achievements won with blood and life, and to uphold international justice and human conscience. In this struggle, I always feel that China stands completely on the moral high ground. It is a defense of justice and conscience, and also a major international debate, letting the world clearly see China's red lines and bottom line, and that China will never compromise or concede on matters of principle. Takaichi has kicked an iron plate. Relying on various petty tricks to try and get off easily is something China will not accept. Principle is not dull iron but a sword tempered by time. Its current silence is precisely to deliver a single, decisive strike that severs all ambiguity and opportunism.